So, welcome back.
Yeah.
Episode 2, Cupcakes with Kupcho.
Yeah.
How have you been? What's
Good.
new?
Just living life on tour.
Just living that birthday month.
Yeah.
So, any plans to celebrate?
Not sure. It's an off week, so I'm sure I'll just be at home. One of my husband's, I guess, best friends that lives with us, his birthday's May 20th, so I'm sure we'll have some kind of party or something.
Fun.
Yeah.
Nice. So today we're going inside the ropes, LPGA ropes. Want to talk about tournament weeks versus practice weeks and what it really takes to be a pro on the tour, from the intense practice sessions and the tournament prep and the travel and, remaining calm and also having a life outside of golf, the ups and the downs and all of it. So I think let's jump in. I'm going with a chocolate with looks like buttercream. It is delicious. And what do you have?
I have a red velvet with, I assume, cheesecake frosting.
Let's get a
Yes, it is.
validation. Do you prefer cheesecake cream cheese frosting or
Cream cheese? Yeah, sorry. That's
you do?
what. Yes.
Okay. See,
It's so
we're
good.
different in that.
There's so much frosting on this.
Ooh, and it's nice to
It's
room temperature.
Very squishy.
This is very squishy. This
This one's going to
really
be a
go
mess. Try not to get this on the white couch.
well.
That would be a mess. Yep.
Good.
Really good.
Okay.
It's not on the couch. Don't worry.
Good. All right. So, how do you pick your schedule? There's so many events. They're all over the place. How are you setting your schedule? Is it based on the courses that you like to play, the locations, like time of year?
I think it kind of just depends, like the schedule that the LPGA comes out with. They tend to have like pretty good breaks in like for off weeks. So like they'll have 3 in a row and then they'll have an off week. So I tend to try not to play more than 3 in a row just because it's a lot on the body to play that many weeks in a row. So depending on what they do. So like if there's 5 events in a row, then I'll kind of look at, okay, where's the location? Like, is it going to be easy to get from point A to point B? Obviously, yeah, there's always golf courses that I like more or just cities that I like more with host families that I enjoy going to. So it's kind of a puzzle piece to just figure it out.
Yeah, playing 3 weeks in a row. Are you going back to back? Do you come back for a day and then go, or are you?
No, just back to back. Yeah, straight from one place to another.
I have many questions. Are you doing laundry in 3 weeks? Are you carrying 3 weeks worth of clothes? Like, many logistical questions.
Yeah. In the US, I usually do laundry every week. I'll have like 7 or 8 outfits. So like I'll be able to get one more day in the next week so that if I need to do something, whether it's a sponsor related thing or I need to go play a pro-am on the Monday, like I have an outfit for that. But if I need to do that before I can do laundry that Monday. But then going over to Asia, when I go over for 2 weeks, I try to take 2 weeks of clothing just because it's really hard. Like going to a laundromat is a lot harder than going downstairs in a hotel to do your laundry or doing it in an Airbnb here in the US. Yeah, going in Thailand or Singapore to a laundromat isn't exactly the funnest thing to do. So
difficult to navigate for sure. When we were in Portugal over the summer, we had to do laundry because I refused to check a bag, and it was at the point where we had to get laundry done, but I couldn't read the machine. And so I went off the pictures and then ended up sending it through twice, but neither of them got soap, and it was just a nightmare. I ended up traveling with wet clothes home. So definitely not the best.
Yeah. I will say, like, since we're traveling, like, essentially as a whole tour, like, somebody is either bound to speak the language or has already figured out the machine that literally the entire tour is going to use at some point during the week. So, like, in France, we always go to the same laundromat. And we know how to work it because we've used it in the past and someone showed us my first year. So like, I know what I'm doing, but, so there's definitely ways around it, at least for us. But like, yeah, normal travelers, I could not do that on my own.
That's wild. So a while ago, I think early on when we first met, we were talking about the host family situation and your transition from being a student athlete where you have your logistics all kind of sorted for you to now having to run your own schedule and travel. What is that like?
Yeah, I mean, in college, you obviously have your coach doing all of the reservations for you, figuring out when you need to be, where you need to be. But yeah, it's all on me as an athlete. I mean, obviously there's support systems around me, so my manager can help me with that. My husband that travels with me can help me with that. But really, like on all the reservation stuff, flights, hotels, rental cars, it's actually like one of my favorite parts, like being able to sit there and like figure it all out. It's like a puzzle to me. So I've always said maybe I'll be a travel agent one day, but it's like one of my favorite parts. So I just do it myself. And it's like I've gotten so good at it that I can do it so quickly. And
yeah, and I'm sure you've earned status.
Yeah. So I
are
pretty
you with
much
like
know
one airline or multiple? Because you could probably do it.
Yeah, I'm with United. So I just one airline and it's like that. And then I always go to Hilton hotels. I don't know why. The beds are more comfortable for me, I guess.
Not sponsored.
Yeah. Sponsor me. No, just kidding. But yeah, you have all of the places that you use, and that's just what I do. So it's easy.
Yeah. And do you love planning your personal trips as well? Or is that something you're like, I do this all year round for my work?
I don't really like go on any personal trips anyway. So, but like, it doesn't really bother me to do it. I feel like even when we went on our honeymoon, I just like did it myself because it's like, I'm so fast at it. If I'm like, hey, Jay, can you go book a rental car? Like, oh, just kidding. I can do it faster. And I have it done in like 2 seconds. And he's still sitting there like, wait, where are we going? So it's just like a convenience thing for me. I can just do it so fast and everything that I don't have the patience to wait for somebody else to do it.
Yeah. So, and I don't have the patience to wait for luggage. We talked that you have to wait for your luggage and kind of you're traveling in bulk. I've seen a couple of times, actually very recently, also your bag got lost, your golf clubs. I've seen it in tournaments where they don't make it in time. Like, how does that work?
I mean, it's kind of just like it comes with it. It's happened to everybody, whether you don't have your clubs or they come and they're broken. It kind of is just like it is what it is, and you have your support system with your club sponsor or whoever you get your clubs from can work with you to get them hopefully as quick as possible so that you can play.
Airplanes, I think, can really bring out the best in people. On the way here, there was a barefoot between me and the person next to me on the armrest, a stranger barefoot. I smelled all kinds of food in the cabin. There was the person who came like charging to the front of the plane to get off, couldn't get off fast enough. What is your biggest peeve about being on airplanes? I'm sure you've seen it all.
I feel like the luck I have is so bad with the entire plane is silent and then the people directly in the row right behind me are talking so loud. And I'm just like, the entire plane is quiet. Can you just like shut up and go to sleep or something? I don't know. It's just like for me being, as I mentioned in the last episode, that I like silence. Like when I'm reading, I have a hard time focusing. So it's like if I'm reading on a plane, like and someone's talking, I can't focus. But yeah, I think that's my biggest pet peeve of people just chatting the entire, like, however long the flight is.
Not even talking to you. You just don't want to hear them talking.
Yeah. It's like, how can you sit there and talk for like 3 hours straight? It's unreal. I don't know how people do it.
I am with you. So are you an aisle or a window girly?
So it depends. If I'm by myself, definitely an aisle. But if I'm with like people I know, I can do a window. Otherwise I get claustrophobic.
Do you sleep? Do you watch shows? Do you only read? Do you wear headphones? Like maybe the noise cancelers would probably help the chatter, or no?
Like on a plane, I'll do anything. Like, yeah, I do try to sleep a lot, but I feel like I'm not super successful unless it's like super late at night or a red eye. But yeah, reading, watching shows. Me and my husband kind of just, he likes to listen to music and stare into space, but again, I like silence. So everybody calls me a serial killer for just sitting there in silence, but like, it's so peaceful.
You're a trendsetter, because I saw that on the internet, that was like people were like white knuckling these long flights and just like existing.
Yeah.
And that's not for me, for sure.
I could definitely, like, everybody thinks it's so horrible, but it's actually the greatest thing ever. So
okay, maybe
you should
I'll
try it.
Try it. It's a long flight home for me to try. Okay, so when you land, you're renting. We're talking about a tournament week. What is it? The same every week? Like, how's the week structured? Are you typically flying on a Sunday, a Monday? How are the details going?
Most of the time, so like coming from home, I'm pretty much always flying on a Sunday. Just coming from an off week gives you an extra day, but then it depends, like going tournament to tournament. If there's flights late enough in the day on a Sunday for when we finish, otherwise we're flying on a Monday and not practicing on Monday, which I usually take Mondays off in between tournaments. So if I'm going from one tournament to the next, I'm taking Monday off anyway. But it's kind of nice to just be in the new location and have the day off instead of using it as a travel day.
Yeah.
Because a travel day still really isn't a day
Taxing,
off.
for sure.
But yeah, that's kind of how it goes. Depending on the majors or whatever, most of the time they have cars for us. But otherwise, yeah, renting a car. In my rookie year, I got a lot of host families, and I've kind of, I can't stay with them all the time because some you feel like you need to entertain them, and I know they don't mean it like that, but you don't want to just stay in someone's house and not hang out with them, like,
yeah.
So I try to do some host families throughout the year, but not all host families. Stay in hotels or Airbnbs with friends. It kind of just varies week to week.
Yeah. So can we talk about the host families? Because that's really interesting to me as well. I'd not really ever considered that you would be a professional athlete on the road and staying and having these relationships with regular people that are hosting you and other players maybe at different tournaments. So how does that go? How do you get paired with a host family? Tell me about that.
Yeah, so it kind of just like happened my rookie year. Like I was just trying to save money basically. So LPGA has a pretty good program. Every week you can contact, I don't know, I think it's maybe the tournament director or somebody with the tournament that has members of the golf course or members of the community that have volunteered themselves to be host families. And then you just fill out a survey of, like, I don't know, the simple things like pets, kids, like, can you stay with kids, stuff like that. What you're traveling with, like some girls will travel with pets. So like if a host family doesn't want to have a pet, that kind of thing. So just like you fill out a survey to where then they can match us up. And that's really how I got paired with most of my host families that I still go back to. And it really is, like, it makes it really nice, especially the ones that I go back to every year. Like, you're kind of going into a house, but also like a family. So you don't necessarily feel like you're on the road all the time. Like, you're just going and hang out with your family for the week. And it really just makes it that much better and makes it feel like home.
Yeah. So I've traveled a lot in my career, and it could get lonely, and I can't imagine being on tour for 3 weeks in a row and, not having that companionship and especially you not being in a team sport, and kind of what's the dynamic with other players on tour? Are you friends off the course? Is it pretty independent? Because at the end of the day, you are competitors. Or is it a little bit like a team dynamic where you might be traveling with people or meeting up and having dinners and like more social stuff outside of the work and the golf?
Yeah, I think I mean, you could ask 10 different girls and we would all have different answers. I will say there's definitely like groups of girls, as girls are cliquey, like it's out on tour as well. There's definitely some girls that like to just stick and do their own thing by themselves, or they have their dog travel with them, so they just kind of like do their own thing in that way. For me personally, having my husband travel with me, there's actually a lot of couples on tours, mostly caddy players as well, that it kind of just like has bunched us together in that way because we're similar in the fact that we have a significant other. So a lot of my friends have their boyfriends or husbands out, and it's kind of just like a couples hangout kind of thing. But I did have a group of Bible study girls that I did that with every week. Again, we've kind of all gone our different ways. One has a kid and is no longer on tour. Some don't have their status anymore, but still being able to be friends with them. It's again, however you see fit, and being able to find the group of girls or group of friends that you can pair up with.
I have 2 follow-up questions. So when you say losing your card, do you have to play a minimum number of events to stay in? How does that work?
It's just based off of your performance. So, however, you can play as many tournaments as you want, as few or as many as you want, but really just how you play and getting your status back. So the higher you finish, the more points you get to be able to be in the top 100 on tour to be able to get your card back.
I see. Okay. We should probably talk a little bit about Jay, because you guys travel together, but he's a caddy for another player. So who is your caddy, and how is the dynamic with Jay traveling and working with Allison?
Yeah. My caddy's name is Josh. He's great. He's very positive bunny all the time, and high energy always. So that's a really good. Yeah, it's very different from my personality, but it's a great fit on the course and friends off the course as well. But yeah, it's great having Jay out there as well. Obviously working for Allison and I are friends. To be able to be friends and support each other, cheer each other on. It's great. It's a great environment, and it's great to have him out there as well.
Very cool. Okay. So it's Monday, you're resting or traveling. What happens on Tuesday?
So Tuesday, I usually just am practicing at the golf course. So I'll either play 9 holes or practice, but it's really just learning the golf course or seeing the golf course again from years prior, how it's playing for the year, whether it's firm, soft, rain, whatnot. But yeah, it's a pretty simple, normal Tuesday of just going out and playing 9 holes.
By yourself?
Yeah,
with caddy.
With my caddy or with whoever's on the first tee when I get there, kind of thing.
Got it. Okay, cool. So it's not like a organized round or something. Okay. No. So what happens on Wednesday?
Wednesday is usually pro-am day. Sometimes.
Oh, so is there a pairings party Tuesday night?
Yes.
So do you get dressed up?
No.
Do you have to like travel?
So it depends.
Yeah.
So when I first got out on tour, it was actually a lot of like cocktail attire. Now, thank goodness, it's started to become like smart casual or golf clothes are okay. So not so much dressing up as much anymore. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, I mean, some of the sponsors, the places that they put on the pro-am parties is so cool. Like specifically the one in Boston, being able to go to Fenway Park for the pro-am party is so cool. They just do a really good job of trying to get us there, but then just to be able to get us to see the places around where we're playing.
So Wednesday you're paired with
a group of amateurs. Yeah.
Amateurs. Okay. And how does that go? What are the vibes?
Usually pretty good. I think it depends on the group. I mean, whenever I'm in a pro-am group, they're always like, oh, how do you like doing these? And my answer is always, it really depends on the group and the vibes that they bring. I think I'm a pretty shy person, which Josh helps that situation because he's so bubbly that he can get it out of anyone pretty much. So he kind of is a good halfway person for that. But yeah, it's whether they're trying too hard or just out there to have fun. It's really whatever the AMs bring to it, honestly. Like, I can feed on, a lot of pros can feed on whatever they want to do, but if it's so competitive and serious, it's like, okay, we're just out here to have fun, guys. Like, we don't have $1 million on the line. So I think it's just
you're not
like,
just trying to whoop them and shame them.
No.
Okay.
I think it's more just like having fun and getting to know new people.
Very cool. Okay. Yeah. So Thursday comes, and this is the first round of the tournament. When do you find out, like, your tee time, who you're playing with? Like,
the tee times usually come out on Tuesday at like 5 p.m.
Okay.
Local time, whatever.
Do you prefer a morning or an afternoon? What's your style?
I don't
Does it
really
matter
care.
The time difference? Like,
not really.
No.
It doesn't really matter. So.
Okay. And so Thursday's tournament day. What does that look like for you? How early do you get there? What do you do? What's your ritual when you're in like go mode?
Yeah, I think it obviously that depends on like whether I'm in the morning or afternoon, but usually I warm up an hour ahead of my tee time, and before that I'll usually get there 30 minutes ahead of time from that to be able to eat breakfast or lunch or whatever. But that's pretty much it. And then it really just depends. So like before an afternoon round, sometimes I'll go to the gym or stretch or whatever. Always stretch regardless of the tee time, but like actually getting a workout in. And after, say, like a morning tee time, I'll be done by like 2 or 3 o'clock, and then I'll get physio work done on me or whatever I need done so that I'm recovered and ready for the next day.
So when you're locked in tournament mode, are you chatting with Josh? Does he kind of tone it back because that's not your energy? What's the dynamic?
I feel like he's pretty good about like reading it. So it's funny because sometimes like when I can get pretty worked up on the golf course, like angry, worked up. And it's funny because he'll like try and like talk to me, and I'll just give him like a 1-word answer, and he's like, okay. So, and then he'll ask me another question, and I give him another 1-word answer, and he'll just keep doing it until I talk to him because he knows that's what's going to help me. But it's kind of funny because it's just like he's forcing it so hard. But yeah, it's great. I mean, yeah, when we start out, and obviously I'm happy and whatever, we're just starting. Talk to whoever I'm playing with, if I'm friends with them or if I know them super well. Otherwise, I feel like me and him kind of just stick to ourselves most of the time.
Yeah. So after the round, how does it work actually during the round? Do you know where you are in terms of strokes back, or like, do you know kind of where you're falling, or is it a surprise when you get off and you're like, oh, I'm in the lead, or I might miss the cut? How does that work?
Yeah, I mean, there's leaderboards out there all the time. I think for me personally, I try not to leaderboard watch just because it puts more pressure, and it's not really necessary. Like, it's not like I can go play defense on their golf ball going in the hole, so it doesn't really matter. So I try not to watch the leaderboards, and I just go out and play and do the best that I can.
Seems like a healthy approach.
Yeah.
So after the round, are you hungry? I always have to bring it back to the snack. So are you snacking on the course?
Yeah.
Are you eating a full meal right after? Like, how do you keep your energy? And are you wearing a step tracker? Because it's a lot of steps.
Yeah. Yeah, I have an Apple Watch.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely.
How many steps is it?
I have no idea, actually.
That's something homework.
Maybe we'll look at it. I really try, because there's so much food available to us all the time with the buffets for lunch and breakfast and whatnot, that I really try to just like, if I eat as soon as I'm done playing or right before I go. Like, obviously I always eat before I go because I have to be fueled, but I really try to stick and like eat at the meals of the day. So like I eat the 3 meals and then I snack in between. So whether that's like a protein bar on the golf course or a banana on the golf course, that's usually my 2 go-tos. But like say I tee off at like 10 a.m., then halfway through the round, it's 12 o'clock and that's like lunchtime. So usually I'll have like a PB&J and then I won't eat until like eat a big meal until like say dinner time kind of thing. I don't eat right when I get off the golf course.
What about coffee?
Usually 1 cup a day.
Okay.
Before in the morning, before I tee off or whenever I wake up, pretty much.
But you don't need it to wake up. You can.
No, I can go like a couple hours if I need to.
And
it's
what's
not
your
like
go-to?
my preferred, but I definitely could. It depends. I mean, really just like coffee with creamer in it or half and half in sugar. Like I'm pretty simple. It's not super fancy.
All right. So before we switch gears to practice weeks or off weeks, what do you do for your mental health? I guess while you're on the road and kind of staying focused, what does that look like? Are you meditating?
I think it's more for me just like being able to step away and like have my me time, whether that's reading or watching a show or going to the gym. Being able to do something on my own or just something that I enjoy doing is just really important to me instead of just like go. Like, not that I don't enjoy the golf aspect of it. It's still a job. So I think having hobbies and doing something, at least something for say 5-10 minutes a day, whether like I don't hardly have any time, I'll just go read a chapter right before bed. It's still like my me time. So I can do that.
Yeah. And that's good. You could do it anywhere and kind of keep that balance. So practice weeks must be different from the go of the tournament week.
Absolutely.
What does that look like? Walk us through a typical off week.
Yeah, it's like completely different. I think, again, I think that's something that if you asked 5 different girls, you'd get different answers from everybody. I think for me personally, it's super important to not always I don't feel like I always need to be practicing every single day. So I definitely usually take Monday, whether I travel back Sunday or Monday off, Tuesday off, and sometimes even Wednesday. But if not all of Wednesday, definitely like the first until the afternoon, like I'll just go hit a few balls just to keep my swing going basically. But yeah, it's really just like a lot of downtime, like just give my body time to recover. Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll go get in the gym for an hour just to keep my body moving. But it's pretty cook? Simple.
What do you do at home?
Yeah, I do like to cook. I think it's more like I get so tired and then I'm just like, I don't want to. Like, I wish I didn't have to do this. But no, I do enjoy cooking and making, like, as much as I don't like sitting there and cooking a meal for an hour or however long it takes, I also don't always love leaving the house. Like, I'm a big homebody. So even when I'm home, I'm like, oh, I don't want to go get this. So it's more so just like, okay, I'll just cook something really quick.
What's your go-to?
I make a pretty good homemade pizza so like homemade dough and everything. It's pretty good.
That's awesome. I would like to put in a request.
Okay.
I love pizza and I'm game to try.
Okay.
And I can never do it by myself at home and make it actually work. When you're working out, what is that? Is it at home? Is it at the gym?
Usually at the gym, yeah. Yeah, wherever that gym might be. Usually I go.
Are you going to just weights or?
Yeah, just going to weights. Just going to I have a membership at Planet Fitness because I can get that everywhere across the country.
They do pizza on Mondays.
Do they?
At the one that I grew up at. Yeah.
Nice.
So
Plug.
not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Yeah.
But pizza on a Monday night at a gym? Come on.
Yeah, for
Why?
sure. But yeah, I just go to the gym and it's kind of just like my physio that I work out with out on tour, who also helps me recover as well. He has a program for me during my off week. So I just go and do that most of the time. Or obviously I know what to do for my body as well. So if I have stuff I want to do, I go do that as well.
And you talked a little bit about recovery a couple of times. So tell me more about that.
Yeah, it's just like flushing out my legs via massage or whatever. I love needles, so needling to my traps are always pretty tight. I get pretty bad headaches, so needling to my neck as well and like upper.
Like acupuncture?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Cupping, anything basically to just like keep the body together and keep it recovered so it's ready to go for the next days.
Are you in the sauna or the steam room? Do you do cryo? What's your...
I don't know. He tries to get me to do that stuff. He actually tries to get me to do like cold plunges a lot, and I'm like, no, that's never going to happen.
Love the cryo. You got to work up to it, but like 3 minutes, you like quiet. You'll die in cryo, quiet. But you have to have like hype music and just focus. And I feel so much mental clarity when I come out. And I just feel like my muscles are more relaxed, and I'm a big believer. So maybe we'll do it sometime. Okay. Obviously, you're traveling a lot and spending a lot of time abroad. What are your favorite cities that you've visited and kind of some of the cultures that you've seen and gotten to participate in?
I think one of my favorite countries to go to is Japan. I think I just really love the culture, the food. The people are all really nice. It's really clean. Korea is very similar in the food. I love the food as well. But I think, it's kind of just like hit or miss on whether or not like I love going there. Hot places are not necessarily my favorite places.
That's the Colorado in you.
Yeah, I like colder places, so I think it just depends.
So are you staying abroad at host families?
No, usually we're in hotels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any treats that you have enjoyed at different golf courses? I heard that there's like great snacks at Augusta. I've heard there are, I don't know, I feel like there are a couple other ones. What is the thing at Augusta? Egg salad sandwiches?
Yeah, egg salad sandwiches.
Have you done that?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of them, honestly. The pimento cheese sandwich is really good. The ice cream, it's like a peach ice cream sandwich, I think is what it is.
An ice cream sandwich?
It's really good, yeah.
Nice. Are you up for a special segment?
Sure.
Okay. I asked you to bring your travel bag here. Can we go through it?
Yeah.
Show us what's in your bag.
Yeah. My travel
backpack.
backpack.
Conveniences that you can't live without? What makes it manageable to be on the road all the time?
Yeah, I think as we talked about recovery, one of the main things that I love is my Venom. It's like a thing that I put. This is like a heater / vibration, and it's like a belt. It? Yeah.
Oh, nice.
You charge it. It's like a belt, so it turns on. It might be dead.
Okay.
Nope.
All right.
See how it's vibrating?
Yeah, I hear it.
It's like super interesting. Anyway, so it's like a heat vibration for my lower back or my upper back or wherever I want to put it. I just like strap it, and it's life-changing.
Excellent.
Yeah. Always have to have my sound machine everywhere I go so I can sleep. And along with that, all of my sleep things.
So I listen to Sound Machine on my Spotify.
Okay.
What's your sound?
It's just like a white noise.
White noise? Okay.
This is what it sounds like.
Cool.
Yeah. So just that, and then obviously my sleep mask if it's not blackout, and then I also have earplugs, loop earplugs. They're like the most comfortable earplugs to like put in your ears and sleep with.
I use those too.
They're
They help
amazing.
me really focus. And they put pressure in there to like help you focus.
Yeah.
I think we might be the same person.
Yeah. So those are like a couple of my favorites. And then I have my cord organizer. I have to have this. Like literally every cord I could ever need. My Apple Watch bands, my HDMI cord to plug in all of my things to my TVs in my hotel rooms. This.
Converter.
Literally everything.
Yeah.
Everything I could ever
recently
need.
started traveling with
I'm very organized, so
a surge protector.
Oh.
So that I have extra plugs.
That's smart.
Something to think about. Maybe look into
Smart.
that. USBs, the whole thing, and then you get some extra space.
Yeah. I'm like, I used to like not have this and just stuff all my cords. I cannot do it. I have to be organized. So
Like
super
it?
big. Yeah. I always have books or my Kindle. As always, this is the book I'm reading currently, What It Seems.
Sounds
My
like
Kindle,
a
I'm
thriller,
not
or is it
reading
a
anything.
romance?
It's a thriller.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are a few of my things. And then I have my TrackMan that I always travel with to be able to practice on the golf course and track all of my golf shots.
Cool.
So those are just a few of the things. But those are all like my major necessities that I need when I travel.
So I swear by compression socks. Do you wear those on planes?
I have never tried them.
It'll change your life. Okay. I wear them pretty regularly all around. And I think they help with like the leg strain and the recovery too. What do you think about packing cubes?
Yeah, they're not really my cup of
for
tea.
you.
No.
Everything fits in a compartment. It's so
Yeah, but
neat.
like-
I thought that would be really your speed.
It would be my speed, but then like I can't like stuff my socks and all of the empty gaps and everything. Like
Yeah,
then I
there's-
feel like it needs to be in a packing cube and it just takes up more space.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking us through your travel bag.
Yeah, of course.
Got a couple of things to add to my wish list here. So that brings us to an end of episode 2. Next time we talk, we'll have our first special guest, I think. Thank you guys for being here.
Yeah, let us
Anything-
know what you think in the comments and be sure to follow Cupcakes with Kupcho.